Yo, what's up? I'm Mike Fio.
And I am Nick Fio, and we are the Fio Bros.
And this is episode 3 of a new series on the channel where after each episode of The Amazing Race, we will be recapping our top 3 lessons learned.
And these lessons will be helpful for any future racers, but also for anyone who wants to win the game of life, because these are definitely applicable to life as a whole. So, Mike, without further ado, let's jump in to episode 3.
Lesson 1.
Lesson 1.
Lesson 1 is avoid the sunk cost fallacy.
So let's start with a definition here of what the sunk cost fallacy is. It's when you continue investing in something just because you already put a lot into it. So how
Been there, done that.
So how did that come to life for us in the race, Michael?
Yeah, so before I talk about the race, I'll give like a real life example, because sunk cost fallacy most often comes up in the world of investing. And it's like when your uncle Giacomo,
Uncle Jock.
who we do.
No, we don't.
It's when your uncle Giacomo invests in, let's say, this new meme coin called Fart Coin, and he invests $5,000 in Fart Coin, and then Fart Coin ends up going down to $5. Actually, no, that's a bad example. Fart Coin goes down to $1,000 from his $5,000 investment, and he says, and then you tell him, yo, you should, Uncle Giacomo, you should sell your $1,000 worth and take the $1,000. That thing is going to zero. And he says, no, I mean, I've already invested so much. It's already been like, I'm already in it. I might as well just ride it to zero. That's the sunk cost fallacy. He's basically saying, I already like invested so much money and time into this thing. I might as well just ride it out. When, let's say, Fartcoin news just dropped that basically this whole thing is a scam. There's no doubt in anyone's mind that it's going to zero, but Uncle Giacomo holds on to it because he has the sunk cost fallacy. That is what happened to us with the Ninja Challenge.
Yeah, we were the stupid Uncle Giacomo in this example.
Exactly. If you look at the smarter investors on the race, like Carson and Jack, they get to the Ninja Challenge, throw one of those nails, or they're really dart nails. They throw the dart nail at the wall, at the target, immediately realize, yeah, there's no fucking way we're ever going to get this done, and they immediately decide to switch, which was a very wise decision. What ended up happening with us is, I think we had like, I don't know, Mom keeps laughing at us because she rewatched it, and I think it got up to like 40-something attempts.
30-something attempts. But
okay, but we may have broken a record for number.
So what happened with us was we were in the practice facility, and there was 3 parts to the challenge, right? There was the nails, the stars, and the blow darts. And the blow darts and the stars we had down packed. There was
easy money.
No problem with that. So we spent all of our time practicing the nails. And to our disadvantage, actually, we got a few nails on the board. Yeah. And because we did that, we're like, oh, we can get this. Yeah. We can do it. And that wasn't the brightest thing, because when we went to the actual space to do it for real, we realized that not only do you have to get it, but you have to be perfect. Yeah. And if we actually put some thought into that, we should have realized very quickly that this was an impossible task, which it actually was an impossible task, because I think this was the first time in Amazing Race history where every team almost tried it and was not able to accomplish it.
Right. Yeah, and so the sunk cost fallacy, you want to avoid it, because in our heads we said, we've already been here for an hour and a half. We've already invested so much time, energy, and effort into this thing. Let's see it through. When really we should have just taken that sunk cost. We should have taken that losing investment, taken our time, and moved to the origami a lot sooner. We eventually did, but we should have done it a lot sooner.
Especially because the cost of switching was so low. It wasn't like we needed to get into a taxi and travel 20 minutes away to do the other side of the detour.
Yeah.
We literally had to just run around the little dojo, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Little temple thing. But yeah, that's number 1. Avoid the sunk cost fallacy. Lesson number 2 is take a breath.
Yeah, they painted us as like a dumb team, kind of, on this one, where we actually got text messages from people saying, like, what the hell are you guys doing meditating in the middle of a challenge? And the way they painted it was that we meditated, and then that's how we eventually decided that we're going to switch from the ninja to the origami challenge. But what they didn't show was at the origami challenge, first of all, it was 1,000 degrees in that dojo, as you can tell from everyone sweating their asses off. We're starting to lose our minds because this challenge, like we said, we already wasted so much energy on the ninja. We get to origami, and it's hot, and it's like the end of the leg once again, and we're like racing up against the end, and there's all this pressure, and these folds are like impossible to make, and it was so intricate. And so we started to lose our shit, and then you see me jumping up and down like a little 5-year-old child and pouting like a little, you know what, to Nick. And then
your little temper tantrum.
I threw a little temper tantrum, and then we said, all right, we got to stop. And we literally left the dojo, sat down, and meditated again. They didn't show this for like a good 5 minutes. Just calm the hell down. We went back in, and we tore that origami challenge apart. We absolutely murdered it to the point where Han and Holden and everyone else in that room after that challenge, seeing us finish it, told us, like, I don't know what the hell you guys did when you went out there, but when you came back, you were totally different people, and you were just like Terminator-like focused, ready to dominate this thing. And that's exactly what we did. So your nervous system will try to hijack you in times of extreme pressure and stress. And it took a lot of discipline for us to say, we're going to take a 5-minute break here, especially because we were racing like against elimination. And it took a lot of discipline to be able to take that step back. But
I don't know if it was 5 minutes, but yeah, it was a...
I mean, we calmed down our nervous system.
I think that's really the lesson here, is that your nervous system is a real thing, and it has a mind of its own. And if you do not take this break to take a breath, then it will just continue to take over and hijack your brain and make you make bad decisions.
Yeah.
But because we took that step back, we took that breath, we were able to calm our nervous system down,
see things
and
clearly.
make some better decisions. So that's lesson number 2. Lesson number 3 is to think long term.
Specifically about relationships.
Yeah.
Is what we're trying to get at.
And the reason this is lesson number 3 is because, once again, in the way the episode was edited, you couldn't really see how we strategically helped Han and Holden. So I think they showed us that we helped Han and Holden before we finished ours, but that actually wasn't true. We helped Han and Holden when we got the okay from the judges, and we were about to head out and go to the pit stop. So our thought process there was we were investing in this relationship with Han and Holden by giving them a pointer, because we knew this was a chip that we can have in our pocket for potentially later in the race.
Yeah. I think you're making us sound like we're like these people that would only help if it meant getting something back. I think that's definitely part of it, but for us, it was like, let's be kind to teams when it doesn't negatively impact us. Mm-hmm. And so what they showed, like you said on the show, was that it almost seemed like we helped the team that we were racing against elimination with, but that's not the case. When you saw our origami on the ground, we literally had like 1 step left, and we had this thing in the bag, and we were ready to get out of there. And so we believe in investing in relationships, even in life. You never know when something will come back to you. So just rule of thumb, always be kind, especially if there are no negative consequences to that. For example, if it was us and Han and Holden, and we were the only ones left in there, and there were no other teams there, and it was just us versus them, we wouldn't have given them the answer, obviously, because that would mean elimination for us. But if there are no stakes, to make that longer term investment in a team you believe in, I think makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Those are our 3 lessons. This is a quickie.
Comment any questions you got, anything you want us to talk about in the next one. And if you're tuning in every week, we really appreciate you. We love you. And that's it. Bye-bye now.
Peace.